What's going on, MMA fans? I'm here to do my Dream 5 predictions. Going to be taking place on July 21st. For the lightweight tournament, and of course you're going to have the final, of course, in this event as well. A couple fights that have been really thrown off and on. I'm just going to mention this real quick before I get into my predictions. You had Crow Coppola Banner taken off. You had Diaz taken off the card. Minowa was rumored to fight on this card, and so was Mark Hunt. But really, we haven't heard anything, specific with updates with the Dream card, and I've waited a long time in anticipation that they were going to update stuff, and they haven't. So I'm going to go with the 4 fights that are definitely going to happen on this card. First fight, this is the reserve fight for the lightweight tournament. Joaquim Hellboy Hansen versus Coulter Gill. Joaquim Hansen, of course, fighting Eddie Alvarez, Shinya Aoki, Luis Azeredo, Kawajiri, Gomi, Jay-Z. The list goes on for him. Great ground game. Very, very underrated ground game. I mean, he does have good submissions off of his back. He's decent, has a good groundwork, works well on the ground. Good stand-up. He's got some pretty nasty knees and some pretty nasty leg kicks as well that can hurt you really bad. Coulter Gill, primarily coming in with the Muay Thai kickboxing base that he has. He has a wrestling base as well. He's not too bad off the ground. But fighting Kawajiri, fighting Hideo Takoro, Kauno, Eve Edwards, list goes on for him. This fight, I'm going to go with Joaquim Hansen. I'm going to pick him via a decision. I think he outclasses Coulter Gill in this fight. Probably you're going to see Hansen, try to stand with Coulter. If it doesn't work out real well, try to get Coulter down on the ground, start working some ground and pound, maybe work some submissions. But I think overall Joaquim Hansen takes this fight via a unanimous decision. Next fight, Kid Yamamoto versus Joseph Benavidez, or I'm trying to remember how they pronounce it. It's Joseph Benavidez. There we go. Kid, one of the best guys in the world at 145, if not the top 145er in the world. Some people have different people at 145. Some have Uriah Faber, some have Kid. It all depends on your interpretation. Kid fighting Kiki Sudo, Kauno, Royler Gracie, Jeff Curran, Ronnie Yaya. The list goes on for him. One of the most aggressive guys that you have out in the MMA game. Good combinations with his hands. A great wrestling base. Very, very, very good on the ground. Has a great ground game. Joseph Benavidez is training out of the same camp as Uriah Faber. Got a good wrestling base. Decent stand-up. He's not a bad striker in his own right. His last fight was against, oh, good Lord have mercy, and I saw part of it, Maurice Easel, that's it. Looked good in that fight. I think he won via rear naked choke, if I remember right. It was a Palace Fighting Championships fight. There you go. I think Kid outclasses Benavidez in this fight. Kid's one of the best 145ers in the world. I think he's going to take this fight late first round stoppage and beats Benavidez. Next fight, Kauno versus Shinya Aoki. Kauno, very good grappler. He's competed at ADCC. He's got decent stand-up. He's got a great single leg. And that's really one of the best things that you could talk about Kauno is his single leg takedown is nasty. He's good at it. Fought the likes of Mitsuhiro Ishida, Katsuhiko Nagata, Kid Yamamoto, Rich Clementi, Joaquim Hansen, list goes on for him. Shinya Aoki, black belt jiu-jitsu, black belt judo, absolutely one of the best grapplers in the world, no doubt, if not the best, one of the best grapplers, if not the best grappler all around. Fought last fight Katsuhiko Nagata, of course, and the previous Dream fight, Jay-Z, Joaquim Hansen, Akira Kikuchi, Hayato Sakurai, list goes on. Aoki, I think he takes this fight via decision. Uno's going to be able, I think, for the most part, to stop most of the submission attempts. And I think Aoki has got improved striking. He's shown it in this fight against Jay-Z that his striking has come along. It's not where it needs to be, but it's come along, and I think he can, point Uno, outwork him on the ground, maybe not catch him in a submission, but, do enough to score the decision, and I think Aoki wins this fight. Next fight, Tatsuya Kawajiri versus Eddie Alvarez. Kawajiri, great wrestling base, decent striker, good cardio. Fighting Coulter Gill, Luis Azeredo, Takanori Gobi, Gilbert Melendez, Joaquin Hansen, Eve Edwards. Kawajiri's fought some of the best at 155. Not 155, 160 in the world as far as lightweights go. Eddie Alvarez, two-time All-American high school wrestler, great wrestling base. He was going to transition into college, and I don't think really ever happened for him as far as that's concerned. Amazing hands. He's got dynamite in both of his hands. If he catches you with them, he can drop you. Dangerous striker. And his submission defense is really good. He's got a good ground game. He's not deficient as far as that's concerned. For the likes of Joaquin Hansen, Andre Amati, Nick Thompson, and I run out of people. I can't think of anybody else. And Ross Ebenez. Kawajiri, I think, takes this fight via decision. Alvarez is a strong striker, but I think the game plan is going to be from Kawajiri to stand as long as he can on his feet, withstand anything that Alvarez has to throw, then take the fight down, which I think he will be able to do. Kawajiri's a strong dude. I think he can win a decision against Alvarez, which is where I see this fight going. Alvarez could drop Kawajiri, don't get me wrong. I mean, Kawajiri can be dropped. Anyone can get tagged. Anyone can get knocked out. Look at the Gomi Kawajiri fight from Bushido 9. It speaks for itself there. But I think Kawajiri takes the fight via decision. I think he's just all around as far as the ground game is concerned. And even his striking, he can hang with Alvarez and last, and I think he can win the decision. So I'm going to go with Kawajiri via a decision. Aoki and Kawajiri in the lightweight final. I would have to go with, again, Kawajiri. Only based on the fact that Kawajiri has good submission defense on the ground. If he gets caught, it's going to be something crazy by Aoki, like a top go-go again, something that just, Kawajiri is not expecting, which can happen. But I think Kawajiri can outstrike Aoki. I think he can stay out of submissions, keep the fight from going to the ground, which is where, Kawajiri doesn't want to be at, and, just outpoint Aoki and win the lightweight tournament. So I'm going to go with Kawajiri via decision in that fight against Aoki. So those are my predictions for the Dream 5 card. Leave me some comments, constructive, negative, positive. And on that note, I will be back hopefully after this event to do a review video. If not, this event's going to be awesome. Check it out. And on that note, you guys, have a great day.